Hi, Riley. Just wondering how much have you paid attention to what the Canadians have done, and how do you view the challenge of trying to score on Carey Price?
I think everyone watches pretty much most of the playoff games, at least catches part of them. They've done a good job. They play a pretty stingy defensive style and wait for their opportunities. So you have to be patient. You have to be diligent with the puck, and like you said, they have a good goaltender over there. So you have to make sure you're making life difficult on them and capitalizing when you get the opportunities.
Next question this morning goes to Ben Goetz with the Las Vegas Review Journal.
Hey, Riley. Jonathan Marchessault had a really good series against Colorado, and it seems like he's come up with a big goal just about every time you guys have needed it in the playoffs. Just, I guess, what is it about him that allows him to kind of rise to the occasion so often for you guys?
Yeah, he's a big game player. He plays with a lot of confidence, and he's not afraid to put the puck on the net in any scenario. So it's good for him and good for our team to see him be rewarded like he was in the last series. Like he had 3 goals in that one game, but I think each one of them was really important and relieved a lot of stress on our team. So we'll need something like that in this next series, and I'm sure he's up for the task.
We'll go to Justin Emerson from the Las Vegas Sun.
Hey, Riley, I just asked Marc-Andre, but I wanted to ask you too. Kelly McCrimmon said yesterday that the first year was fantastic, but that getting Mark Stone kind of changed the complexion of the group going forward. What does it do when management goes out and gets a Mark Stone, Max Pacioretty, Alex Pietrangelo, those kind of guys, and adds them to your group?
It does a ton. They're world-class players, and they help you win those tough games. I think Stevie's line with Stone and Patch did a great job last series. You're not always going to have the task of shutting down some world-class players, but they stepped up to it, and I think that was actually the big changing point of the series for us. So those guys are huge. Management has done it time and time again where they try to pretty much pick up the best player available whenever they get the opportunity to do that. So and we've always had a winning mentality here, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Next, we'll go to Vince Sapienza from Channel 5 Las Vegas.
Hey, Riley, just how different is it this time around, preparing for a team you haven't seen in 15 plus months? You play Colorado and Minnesota a bunch during the regular season. How big of a challenge is that, I guess, going into this series, and how important, I guess, is these few days off to prep and get ready for that team?
Prep is going to be key. It will be weird. Just, you play the same team so many times, and their tendencies. Montreal's going to come in here kind of with a fresh slate, and you can watch video, but sometimes it just takes those first couple shifts to really hone in on what they're doing on the ice and get your timing right against a team that you haven't seen all year. We'll prep as best as we can, and we'll be ready to play our game. Obviously, a few adjustments playing Montreal, but I think when we're at our best, we're really focused on what we do and letting other teams adjust to that.
Time for a couple more questions for Riley Smith. Next one goes to John Worrow, Associated Press.
Hey, Riley. The Canadians are embracing their underdog label, given, where they finished in the standings and how everybody in Canada counted them out. And so obviously that's part of being loose and trying to put the pressure on the Golden Knights. Is that in any way effective for, either them being the underdog or you guys being the so-called, heavy favorites?
I don't think so. It's all talk, and media likes to build up stories. For us, we've been a good team all year, and we want to continue that. I think we're good playing in a lot of different situations. So honestly, I don't really think it affects us too much. When we're playing our game, we're fast, we're direct, and we're heavy on the forecheck. So if other teams can adapt and be able to play against us, then power to them. But I don't think that these storylines are really going to change the on ice game plan at all.
Next, we'll go to Jean-François Chamon, the Journal de Montreal.
Hi, Riley. You're in Vegas since day one, just like Marc-Andre Fleury. At 36, he might be playing the best season of his career. Is there anything surprising you with the way he bounced back this year and the way he's carrying the team in front of you?
It's not surprising me this year. Ever since the first year I was able to play with him, he comes into the rink every day with a positive outlook and a lot of hard work. He's out there all the time, working as hard as everyone in practice, and he's competitive every time he steps on the ice. So, I think it was shocking for me the first year to see that from a veteran goalie like him who's been around for so long. But since then, it's just who he is, and that's why he's a Hall of Fame player.
Next, go to David Shane at the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hi, Riley. Excuse me. What do you remember about Nick Suzuki when he was with the organization, and what have you been impressed with from what you've seen the last couple of years from his game?
Didn't see much of him when he was here. Probably just a development camp or a training camp. Sorry. He's a skilled young player. He does well with time and space, and like many NHL players, you got to try to take that away from them to make it difficult on him. But he's done well for himself. So hats off to him. And it's tough being traded earlier in your career, but he's done a good job, and he's ran the opportunity in Montreal.
Last question today for Riley Smith goes to Chris Matthews, Channel 8 Las Vegas.
Hey, Riley, can you kind of put this run, these 4 years in perspective when you think of franchises that haven't won even playoff series in a long, long time? And here are the Golden Knights in the Final Four for the third time in 4 years. Can you kind of help us understand how significant, how special that is, and put it all in perspective?
Well, hopefully I can put it in perspective in about a month or so. We've had a lot of success here, but we haven't got to where we want to be. So, without a Stanley Cup, we're still chasing something. So, hopefully we have the group here to keep on pushing forward and give us that opportunity to play for that this year.
Thanks, Riley.